Hello, and today we're on our daily exercise and we're heading into Stanley Burn Woods. Stanley Burn Woods forms the boundary between Gateshead and Northumberland. It's actually currently a very popular walk. It didn't used to be. It's best done in June when the rhododendrons are out. These are all rhododendrons. As I said, it's very nice in June. The wood's kind of dominated by them. Nice drop down there. And there's plenty of wild garlic here as well. If you saw my video about cooking with wild garlic, it's just starting to flower. It's easy to miss the small things. Not a very spectacular wood for bluebells, but they do exist here. And always nice to see. That side of the water is Gateshead, this side's Northumberland. If you wanted to cut your walk short, you can just head up there. But we're going to continue into the woods. This is the first of the new bridges that we cross, and the old bridge is hidden over there. Just there. Here's the second bridge, and we're going to cross into Gateshead before crossing back into Northumberland later. It also brings us to our first enigma in the woods. Here we have a weir. You can see where the dam wall was. There's concrete part on the bottom here. You can see where there was a platform there. There's some sort of building in that place once upon a time. You can see where it was, the platform there. And normally you would associate such a weir with a mill. But this one isn't on any old maps. It only starts to appear on the maps after World War II. So why was it built? And there's no real mention of a building here at all. And yet there clearly was one once upon a time. Roughly where that bridge is over there used to be an old fort. That doesn't really explain the weir. There's a brick and stone structure, which might explain why there's a lot of bricks in the stream further down. So this would have once been partially flooded, and again it's not marked on any maps as such. So that's the first enigma of Stanley Burn Woods. There's actually two that I know of in any case. So if anyone knows why that weir was built, it would be interesting to know. But as I said, it's only on more recent maps, and the very early maps there's no mention of it. There's certainly no mention of any mill. So I'm not exactly sure the purpose of the weir. This is the third bridge and we cross back into Northumberland now. The stream being the boundary. And again, there's another stone structure. We'll go and have a closer look. So this here is another weir stroke dam. And again, no real purpose for it. And it's not on any maps. So it could simply be associated with the previous one because it's just a little bit further downstream the other one. So I'm kind of counting them as the same enigma. So here we have bridges 4 and 5 going back into Gateshead and then straight back into Northumberland again afterwards. We have a nice little cascade over here. And again, we've got some stonework here. There's once a path along here. That's the reason why this stonework exists. The path continues along that way. Eventually leads you to another cascade. The main path is obviously along there, so you'll not miss it. I'm just doing a little bit of off-route exploring at the same time as walking. Now we can ford across here. So we're back on the main path again. And then bridge number 6 takes us back into Gateshead again. So here's the old 17th century culvert, which I walked through a couple of years ago maybe. I'll put a link below. Above it is the old Wagon Way, which again I've walked across before. And this is bridge number 7, which takes us back into Northumberland. That's the last of these bridges, in any case. Last time I forgot to bring my torch. I'll have to come again with some wellies and a torch and do it again. Say railway sleepers on the bottom, but in the middle it's just like rubble. With a torch to be able to see where it's maybe fallen down a bit. And this here is the old Wagon Way. Goes in that direction as far as Rynan. That drops down into Stella eventually. Forms part of the main road. And then on this side it splits into two. One goes up towards Headley on the Hill and Ledgate, and the other goes up towards Mickley. Again, I'll put a link below of when I walked the old Wagon Way in full. So you can see this is where it split. It went that way, and the other one went that way. There's a couple of cars of people driving here to walk, which is a big no-no at the moment in the lockdown. Stay at home, people. Walk locally. Walk from your front door. This is the way back. Go along there. This here is the second enigma of the woods through here. Lots of wild garlic down there, by the way. This structure. Once again, this isn't marked on any maps. So here you've got two tanks by the looks of it at a raised level. Whatever was in it drained into here. Now my guess is for some sort of sewage plant, because on this side you've got broken up pipes leading up from where Prudhoe Hospital used to be. These pipes are concrete, so they're relatively modern. And I think that the sewage probably came down here and then was processed in this building. But as I said, it's not marked on any maps. Eventually the path leads you back to the weir and you just follow the path back the way you came, back out the wood.